Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Toronto Mounties.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Mounties and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They're on 23-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Boom. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The tackle.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Two-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the Toronto first down.
They'll set up to throw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now...
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Calvin Ridley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
The kick is good.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think his team is looking for a new quarterback.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Carson Wentz sacked.
They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do they do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move. But the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one caught by Ridley. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe
Dashing through the snow. 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. He may try and run for this. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk to the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
To throw, it's Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Wentz. He can run for it, and he will.
Carson Wentz.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2nd
and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Wentz going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now we have Wentz here, still down on the ground. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Again, he targets Ridley. This time it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 30. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Well, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Wrigley. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
On play action, they'll throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz now on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. He's at the 30, 10, and he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown and abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Steelers 7.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Give him 30 yards there. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Much more room to operate under after the big 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. A quick throw complete into the flat-out left. And he'll go down at the 28.
Complete to number.
And they're going to speed things up here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 28-yard line.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to, but when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Steelers 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack on first down, Wentz. And he's got room. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
On for the field goal, a 58-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
To number 80.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And there was absolutely 0 pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 2nd and goal from the 1. Off the option, that's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From midfield, here's Wentz. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz, and now he'll tuck it in. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win?
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. DJ Moore. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been... a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
15 yards on the play, first down.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Wentz on the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the run.
Now Wentz. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah, college, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you. Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going. For 36.
First down, Toronto.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Ebron caught left side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 6.
Here's Wentz to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler.
One final try now for Wentz. Now he's flushed out left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because